Hello and welcome to RHET7373, Feedback and Assessment for Online Writing Instruction. My name is Dr. Heidi Harris and I'll be your instructor for the course. This video walks you through the components of our online class and talks a little bit about what we're going to be doing this term in terms of the major project and how we're going to work together in the course. So this is the course Blackboard site. You can get to everything in the course either through the Blackboard site or through the schedule in the course. Everything is linked into the schedule as well. Or you should be able to get to everything through your UALR Gmail account. I send out a welcome announcement each week. This is the announcement that I'm going to send out for week 1. I haven't obviously sent it yet because I'm still working on this welcome video. But you can click on any of these links and get to any of the components of the course from there as well. So if you feel comfortable initially working through email, you can enter the course through that. If you feel comfortable working in Blackboard, you can come in through that. Or if you want to just save this schedule to your UALR drive or pin it to a tab in your browser, you can do that as well. There's actually a fourth way to come into the course, and that is through the course website. And that course website is linked into the schedule, to the welcome announcement, and then to your Blackboard site. And I'm going to go ahead and open that course website as well. So multiple points of entry all take you to the same information. The website for the course is kind of the hub where all of the assignments live. Any descriptions of assignments that you're going to complete are on this course website. The website also includes this home page that will eventually include this welcome video, and then the course syllabus that you can click on to pop out and work with, the course schedule, and then the major project description for the course. So I want to talk a little bit about the major project because, like with all the other courses in the OWI program, this course centers around one big project where we're going to practice different skills and tools. So if you go to any of those places, you can get to the major project description. I'm going to click that out here and talk to you about what we're going to do in the class. So feedback and assessment. We're separating in this course to think about them intentionally and differently. So feedback is what you're going to give a student as they're working through the process, and that feedback could be delivered synchronously, so through synchronous video chat, which is what we're going to practice in week 2. It could be delivered synchronously through like just a chat feature, and we'll talk about that I think in week 5 or 6. We redesigned the program, and so the weeks are a little bit different, and so I don't remember exactly off the top of my head which week we do what anymore. And then, of course, asynchronous feedback, so comments on a Google Doc that students can use to revise. Assessment comes at the end of the course, so how well you did in the course basically is what we assess at the end. And actually, we can do that in the middle as well with the rubric that we're looking at. But I'm intentionally separating those so we can think about helping a student walk through the process of revision and then deciding how well the student did on a set of competencies separately. So all 7 weeks, we're going to work with a single assignment sequence. And when I say assignment sequence, what I'm talking about is basically a writing project that you're going to design and give to another student in the class to work on giving feedback around. So you can either use an assignment that you created for one of the other OWI courses. You can use an assignment you've created and taught for a different course, not as a part of the program that you want to tweak and test. Or you can create a new assignment. So if you just have an idea for a writing assignment and you want to walk it through kind of this creation project process, you can do that as well. So much like the 7372 class that some of you have had, the Multimedia for Online Writing Instruction course, or the 7371 course, which is the intro course, what we're going to do here is kind of a form of user testing. So you're going to create this assignment. We're going to practice doing the assignment and giving feedback on the assignment, and then you're going to use the feedback from your student and from myself to fine-tune and hone this assignment. So the assignment sequence is multi-layered, and the feedback sequence is multi-layered. So you're going to develop this assignment. You should have a student that you're paired with in the course, your student partner, and I'll show you who your student partners are. If you go to the website and go to week 1, I have your student partners listed under the first assignment. So These are your course partners, and those are the people you'll be working with to do role play as student instructor for the term. You'll give your assignment with learning outcomes and a rubric to your student, your class partner. They're going to complete that assignment, and then they're going to give you feedback on the process of them completing that assignment, how well it worked for them. And then you're going to use that feedback to revise and fine-tune that assignment that you'll eventually put into your overall course in the practicum. Or for some of you who are teaching currently, put it into your live course. So we're also going to practice a feedback sequence. So you're going to give the student the assignment, and then you're going to have a video conference with the student in week 2 to help them prep and plan the assignment. So we're going to assume that your student's struggling with getting started. You're going to give them synchronous feedback and help getting going with that. They're going to complete the assignment. And then you're going to give them a set of feedback on that assignment that is formative, using a particular rubric that I'll talk about here in a second. And then they're going to revise that assignment based on your feedback, and you're going to give them a summative grade and a final set of feedback at the end. So if you're not clear about what formative and summative feedback are, or how I'm defining assessment as separate from that, I've given you a list of definitions here. You can review those. I also give you kind of the 3 roles in class you're going to play, because you have 3 different kind of sets of what you're going to be doing, and this should clarify that. So you're the instructor in our role play. You're going to give an assignment. You're a student. You're going to complete the other instructor's assignment. And then you're a peer, and the peer role is where you kind of argue, talking about the process. We're going to do a lot of discussion around how this worked, what you could do better, and kind of use our collective knowledge in the class to give some tips and feedback to help improve that assignment and assessment sequence. So this grid gives you an overview kind of at a glance of what you're going to be doing in each one of those roles each week. If you want the full-on deadlines, all the readings that you're going to be using, obviously those are linked into the schedule. Here are your readings, here are your activities, and these are the due dates. What this grid gives you is just a real quick at a glance what you're going to be doing each week to move kind of through that recursive assignment feedback assessment process. And then finally, this is the rubric I'll be using to assess you for the major project. It's also the rubric that you're going to be working with your assignment, the assignment that you give to your student. And this rubric is designed based on one that's discussed in Chapter 8 of Beth Hewitt's The Online Writing Conference. And I've actually created a template for you that's linked into your 1.2 activity on your course website. If you click on that, this rubric template is basically the rubric template that she uses in Chapter 8. And if you look at it, has the same setup as the one I used to assess you in this course. The reason that we're using this rubric, even if you have another rubric that you've designed for the course, I'd like you to use this one because it allows us to do summative feedback at the end, but also formative feedback as well. And I'll create another video that talks about how to use this rubric. But take this template, modify this so that you're doing higher order and lower order concerns. Sorry about that. I thought my notifications were off. Higher order concerns of content, higher order concerns of organization, and then some of the lower order concerns of style and grammar. Again, you can modify these as long as you leave higher order concerns at the top, lower order concerns at the bottom. You'll be fine. So review those materials. Let me know if you have any questions. And in week 1, we're going to get started immediately with the first discussion board. If you go into Blackboard, you can see here I have copied the description of the first discussion onto the discussion board itself, but you can also find that description on our course website. And that's basically just give us kind of an overview of where you are in the OWI certificate. I think all of you are actually certificate students this term. Maybe one of you isn't. And then complete your learning grid, and I'll make a separate video about how to do that. And put that all in there and start discussing. This course is really dependent on developing rapport and getting to know your classmates so that you can kind of have that trust and confidence in giving each other feedback. So tell us anything you want to know, want us to know about you, and make sure that you interact and engage with at least your your partner's learning grid. You can also look at other people's learning grids and kind of see where we are in the course. I think that's it. I'm going to make a couple other videos for you to help you get started with the week 1 project. But other than that, I really look forward to getting to work with you all in this class. I think it's going to be awesome. It's a grueling, difficult 7 weeks, and at the end of it, your lives will be transformed forever. Or at least I hope. So thank you for signing up for the class. I look forward to working with you over the next 7 weeks.